Hello and a very good welcome to you. I'm delighted to be joined by Shane Coleman, News Talk's election analyst. Well, let's get down to the nitty gritty, and I think that's where everybody wants to maybe have a bet. And we're just going to have a look now at how many seats will Fianna Fáil win in the general election. And I was very surprised with the amount of movement that we had. They were 3-1 to actually win 76 to 80 before Monday night's live RTE debate. That came tumbling in to 9-4 after the debate. And also when you look at 81 or more, which would give them obviously an overall majority, that went from 8-1 all the way down to 9-4. Is that realistic, 81 or more?
It is realistic. I'm not saying it'll definitely happen. I think the key thing about this election, normally to get an overall majority, well, a bare majority is 83. Overall majority is 84. Normally to get to that kind of figure, you're talking about the mid-40s. Fianna Fáil came very close with 42% of the vote in 2002. They were a few hundred votes away from getting 83 seats. This election is very different though, because Fine Gael is so far ahead of the others. What you could have is a lot of Fine Gael candidates getting elected without reaching the quota, simply because the vote is spread across all the other candidates. You could conceivably be talking about an overall majority with just maybe over 40% of the vote. So it is very much possible. My sources in the political parties at the moment have Fine Gael around the mid-70s. Some of them think it will be hard for them to get beyond that, but certainly if they're at 39-40% in the polls, they're going to be at 80 plus seats.
So if you, Shane, were to have a bet at the moment, I'll give you a quick rundown. 71 to 75 is 7-4, 76 to 80, 9-4, or 81 plus at 9-4. Which way would you be tending to go at the moment?
My guess would be at the moment would be between 76 and 80 seats. Maybe this is just conservatism on my part, but the idea of Fine Gael getting an overall majority, it's such a big jump. I mean, Bertie Ahern, the leader of Fianna Fáil, couldn't do it at the height of the Celtic Tiger. He just fell short. But there's no doubt Fine Gael are on a roll. They have the momentum. My guess would be at the moment between 76 and 80, but the situation is extremely fluid and that could change by next week.
Let's get down to where people can make money. How many seats are Fianna Fáil going to win in this general election?
Okay, well, I've gone through the constituencies, and at the moment, if they're as low as they are, now obviously there's a caveat. There is a view that the polls are understating Fianna Fáil. There's a shame factor. People don't want to admit to pollsters they're voting for Fianna Fáil, but in the privacy of the polling booth, they may just give them the nod. I'm not so sure about that, but at the moment, I'm only giving them maybe 14 or 15 safe seats. Now, there's a few that they're in the shake-up for. You know, they could win 2 in Laois Offaly, they could win 2 in Cork Kilkenny, they could win 2 in Cork South Central. But if you were saying, what have they got at the moment? You know, you're talking to between 12 and 15 seats are the only ones you would say, hand on heart, they will win seats there.
So you're going for the joint favourite, 20 or less, at 5-2 at the present time. That's how many seats Shane reckons Fianna Fáil will get in this general election. Now we're going to have a look at, again, where people can hopefully have a bet and make some money, and look at the Labour amount of seats that we think. The favourite, it's probably no surprise to see between 36 and 40. That's the one that hasn't moved at all. After any debate, it's still 2-1. But some of the ones that have moved, and I think this is very, very telling, from 26 to 30, which means that they have dropped a little bit because of Gilmore's performance, went from 10-1, is now a 6-1 chance. Where do you feel Labour might just fall in?
My guess is, at this stage, that if you'd asked me this question 2 or 3 months ago, I would have certainly said plus 40 seats. They have definitely lost a bit of momentum. There's no question about that. My guess at the moment is we're looking at something similar to the kind of performance they delivered with the Spring Tide in 1992. They got 32 or 3 seats that time. My guess is that they will come somewhere around that mark. But I can understand the odds coming in for the tightening for the 26 to 30. I think they probably will get over 30, but it's not impossible that they will be in that kind of range, just slightly below that. But my guess at this stage will be 30 to 35.
So 31 to 35 is actually available at 3-1, 36 to 40, 2-1, and 26 to 30, which means they would drop a little bit, is available at 6-1.